So stay tuned. Hi Yudha.
Hi Alvitha.
How are you?
Yes, fine.
Oh my
It's been a long time. We
Yeah,
never met before,
finally
right?
we met after 3 months.
3 months ago.
So Yudha, how's your holiday?
Yeah, it was so outstanding holiday. I spent my holiday went to many cities and many countries. Like when I'm going to Indonesia, I went to Bali and visit Sanggar.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So what did you do there?
Yeah, I did many things when holiday. During the holiday, I went to Indonesia, and while I'm in Indonesia, I went to Bali and Nusantara. In Bali, I went to two places. There are Tanah Lot and Pandawa Beach.
So what is it is exactly Tanah Lot?
You mean what is Tanah Lot?
Tanah Lot is a nice place to visit and see, and it's located at the middle of the ocean. Under the temple, they say is a trip snake that protects it, and the water is holy under the cave of the temple. People are allowed in only for prayer, very interesting in terms of culture. In addition, there is a nearby market and cafe that offers luwak kopi, nice for a slow and relaxed afternoon.
So you mean the temple is in the middle of the ocean?
Yeah, I mean that the temple is in the middle because it's not too far from the
land?
Yeah, from the land. I mean, so we can go through the temple because the ocean is not deeply.
Okay, so we can go there by walk.
Yeah, by walking.
So what other places that you visit?
Yeah, after I went to Tanah Lot Temple, I went to Pandawa Beach. There is activity when I went to their beach. I do some sport activity like banana boat, snorkeling, diving, and swimming.
Oh, so interesting. And what are you doing in East Nusa Tenggara?
There, I went to Komodo Island. Most people might not heard that dinosaurs still live on Earth. You might have guessed crocodile, turtle, armadillo, and etc. Komodo is the right answer. Strangely, its habitat is limited in two islands only. One is the Komodo National Park and the other is the island nearby the national park. Komodos in the latter islands are said to be more wilder than the ones in the national park, although they are not tame either. These many vision reptiles are not available in other parts of the globe. So far, the only way to the national park is to travel by boat, after by plane landing at Labuan Bajo Airport. While you can visit them on a daily trip, it is advised to live on board in fancy ships so you can get a total experience. After you dock at the national park, you are required to register at the office. You will be guided by a tour guide in groups. During briefing, you'll be advised to keep a distance with the Komodo. Whenever you meet them, strongly advise to walk behind them when you see them enjoying the breeze. I mean the sea breeze. Never feel brave to feed them or disturb them as they can chase you with a remarkable speed. And yes, they are carnivores. Guided by the stranger, you will may or may not see them inside. Sometimes the Komodos are out of sight, hiding somewhere, so please be patient and don't blame the ranger when you found no Komodos inside. You may find pictures of people with Komodo. Don't be fooled as they are allowed to take a picture only with permission from the ranger. The ranger will notice if the Komodo is friendly to take a picture still in a distance. You won't be that proud when you realize the Komodo is aggressive and feel intimidated by you. Oh, by the way, Komodo can swim, so yeah, don't swim near the beaches. One more thing, the souvenirs, they are actually reasonable price. I recommend you to buy them here at the souvenir shop instead at Labuan Bajo.
Maybe I will put it to my bucket list to see the Komodo dragon.
Yeah, I think you should put it.
But it is scary or not?
But
The Komodo itself.
I think when you want to go there, you have to make sure you're not on the menstruation day.
Period, yeah.
On the period day. Because it's sensitive anymore. If you go there in third day, you will die there.
Okay, so better not go there
Yeah,
if
it's
you're in
better
period,
not go there.
guys.
And then next week I went to China and visit two places. First is Great Wall. This is an amazing place to visit. We did so in early March and it was very cold. The wind chill was below freezing by 4 or 5, if not more. But it was just such a place to see. We had a choice on the way to walk along the wall and choose the way with these people, which of course turned out the harder of the two options. But so worth it, just to climb steps very uneven that were put there 2000 years ago, to see the way the things is built. Just mind-blowing experience if you have ever dreamed of doing it. Then I suggest you do, because you have to be there to realize the extent and the size of it. See how it goes off into the distance and up and down, twisting and turning all the time. Time on the wall in our case was not too long, well over an hour, but if it was warmer, then you can walk as far as you like, or to the limit of the time your tour or what have you allows, but you will bring back so many good memories. And then I went to Forbidden City. We booked this tour on our first day in Beijing. We weren't sure what to expect, but this tour, from beginning to end, exceeded our desires for a comprehensive tour. We were picked up at our hotel by our tour guide, Leo, and the driver. Traffic was heavy and he was a little late, but he called ahead to let us know. The car was comfortable and they even provided bottled water. Leo was friendly, spoke excellent English, was patient with our questions, and was knowledgeable about every aspect in the city. We highly recommend touring this way. We were able to enjoy the day and never felt rushed or overcrowded. Leo knew the exact time for us to visit its site as not to run into crowds that were too large. That sites speak for themselves. We made plenty of great memories and captured unforgettable photos of all the major places. Lunch was a local hot restaurant. One word: delicious.
I think that's all my holiday experience. How about you, Alvitha? What are you doing since the holiday? It's 3 months ago.
I spent my holiday in Europe.
What? Really? It must bring much money to go there, right?
Yeah, but I already saved up my money for about 2 years. It was my dream to go there, so I saved up some money.
Good. It must be a lot to do. So where are you going in Europe?
When we talk about France, of course, we are going to talk about the Eiffel Tower. This tower is the icon of France. This tower is 324 meters tall and have 3 levels in it. The first and second level is a restaurant and souvenir shop, and the top level is a platform for a visitor to see the view of the city of love from up above. We can go to the top of this tower by paying 25 euros for adult and a half price for teen age 12 and 24 years old, and free for children below 4 years old. The second places that I visited is Palace of Versailles, located in the same region as the Eiffel Tower, which is Ile-de-France, but 20 kilometers from the city center. This palace basically is the royal palace of the region itself. When King Louis XIV moved the royal court from the center of Paris in 1682 and chose this place for his house until the royal family was forced to return to the capital in 1799, this place has become the house of the king and the center of government. Nowadays, Palace of Versailles already became a tourist attraction and open as a museum for a public. Next, I'm going to talk about the Louvre Museum. Who doesn't know the Louvre Museum? It's the second landmark of the city after the Eiffel Tower. And yes, it is the resting place of the Mona Lisa painting. Beside the famous Mona Lisa, this museum has many objects of art from prehistory to the 21st century. This museum is located in the Louvre Place that was originally built as the fortress in the late 20th to 30th century under King Philip II. The Louvre Museum began its function as a museum on 10 August 1793, and the majority of the works being royal and church property. So after I finished with Paris, I went also to other city in France, which is Strasbourg. When it comes to the word Christmas, Strasbourg will be the first town that crossed to the mind of people around the world, especially to the European peoples. For us, we must be questioning why. For those of you who didn't know about this town is known as the capital of Christmas, along with their famous Christmas market that always started from the beginning of December until the end of December, just several days before New Year's. The last city of France that I visited is Nice. Promenade des Anglais and Castle Hill Park is the famous place in Nice. When you're visiting Nice, you must go to these two places. Basically, Promenade des Anglais is a promenade along the Mediterranean Sea. For the local people, this promenade can be used as a places for bicycling or just a walk along the beach. This promenade have 7 km long, and in the end of the promenade, you can go up to the Castle Hill Park, which is the highest altitude in Nice, and from this place, you can see the view of Nice.
Wow, so many places you see in France, right?
Yeah, because I think it's one lifetime experience.
So
I
you're
don't
going to
know.
have the chance.
Yeah, I don't know if I in the future I can come back or
go
not.
there.
So while I can, I will use my time, use my change.
Okay, so which other country that you visit?
Next, I went to Netherlands.
The next country is Netherlands. When you come to Netherlands, you have to see the iconic windmill. The most important things that you guys should know is probably the function of windmill in early day, which was pumping water out of the lowlands and back into the rivers beyond the dikes so that the line could be farmed. Nowadays, 1 or 2 of 19 windmill in certain location is still used for drainage process. Apart from that, windmill is also a museum and a witness to the history of certain area. Second place that is famous is the Anne Frank house. Anne Frank is a little girl that lived during the Nazis era. She came from a Jewish family, and as we know, in that day, Jewish is a target for the Hitler's army. They had to bring all the Jews to the concentration camp. So in that moment, Anne Frank and her family had to hide in the small attic of an office in order to save themselves. Nowadays, we can visit their house and can experience the struggle of life that they have been through during that era. Last country is Germany. You cannot say that you have been to Germany if you never visited the Brandenburg Gate. It is a monument built on the order of Prussian King Frederick William II after the successful restoration of order during the early Batavian Revolution. It was built on the site of a former city gate that marked the start of the road from Berlin to the town of Brandenburg. Throughout its existence, the Brandenburg Gate was often a site for major historical events and is today considered not only as a symbol of the tumultuous history of Europe and Germany, but also of European unity and peace.
Wow, it's such a great holiday, I think. Maybe if I want to go there, I have to save my money maybe 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, you should. Like me, I have to save up my money for 2 years. But
2 years.
like I said before, you should go there because it was one lifetime experience.
Yeah, I think maybe we can go there together.
Yeah, of course, someday.
Yeah, someday, but maybe you have to wait me to save up my money.
And me too. I have to again save up my money.
Yeah, you have to save again. By the way, after this, where are you going now?
I'm going to go back to my room because I have so much assignment.
Yeah, I think this college life.
Yeah. It's so
So tired. Like as a student, maybe get household life. There's so many assignments.
So anyway guys, we're finished here and right now I'm going to go back to my dorm room and
So
Yudha,
I
of
go
course
back to my dorm
because we
room.
have so many
Assignment
assignments.
to do.
Okay, so
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Our videos. Bye.